Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tesla weekly video for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. So we've got some numbers out of China. We have to go through numbers out of Europe as well. Then some specific news with regards to FSD, Australia, and some other things. And then as always, at the end, we're going to look at the graph, see how the stock is doing. Little hint here, it's not doing great. So let's start off with the China weekly insured numbers for the week of February 26th to March 3rd. The reported number came in at 12,500. Quarter over quarter, we are now down 26%. With regards to the wholesale number for Giga Shanghai in February, the CPCA reported 60,365 wholesale, which is local plus export. Of course, we know that this year the Chinese New Year with 2 weeks holiday was in February. And so overall in February, China reported 30,141 Tesla sales and 2.8% market share overall. Market share, Model Y was the second best selling car. And the model mix, 75% Model Y, 25% Model 3. As for the export for Tesla China in February, that number was 30,224 and the local sales 30,141. So that's China right now. Of course, I think by now we know that this quarter will not be a record quarter, right? Like we had the quarter before. Like I said, since the start of the year, 2024 is going to be a, let's say, struggling year for Tesla globally. I think for EVs as a whole, until rates come down, until the prices of the cars come down, because most people don't understand the prices of a Tesla, of an EV, is still very, very expensive compared to ICE vehicles. Of course, you say, yeah, but ICE vehicles, who wants to buy ICE vehicle when you can buy an EV? That's the next best thing. True, but not everyone can afford to pay 40, 35, maybe even more for a car. $35,000 or $40,000, that is. No, because with ICE vehicles, you can buy for much, much less. For some people, that's good enough. So until we reach that next phase of EVs, of affordable EVs, I think the market will be in a, let's say, struggling environment. Of course, we know the Model 2 will come out probably 2 years from now or something like that. Still have some time. Tesla can still play with the prices of the Model 3 and the Model Y as well. Last year, Model Y, best-selling car in the world, so there are still some buyers. But to reach that next level of growth, probably the prices have to come down, a new model has to be announced. Now, thankfully for Tesla, they've got other business units inside their company, such as the energy side of things, which is growing quite fast, has higher margins as well. Plus, we might actually see some major developments with regards to FSD that could boost Tesla's profits and revenue as well. More on that in just a second. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not, we really appreciate that. Want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get a top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. Moving on to the numbers out of Europe, I forgot to give you those last week. So Germany reported 6,038 Tesla sales, 2.8% market share for February. Of course, we know there is some weakness in Germany. We've seen that for quite a while right now. This was also the second best February ever, but overall there's still some weakness in that market. But there is also some strength in another market, in the French market. As we've seen, they are taking quite a lot of the burden from Germany. The UK reported 3,192 Tesla sales and a 3.8% market share for February. 56% came from the Model Y. And this also was the best February ever. So overall, Tesla sales in Europe by month, you can see it right here. Green is the first month, yellow, orange-ish is the second month, and then the third month is, well, now in March. We're going to get those numbers in a month from now. So sales are ahead year over year, but as you can see, quarter over quarter, even 2 quarters ago, we are still a bit lower. Now, despite sales slowing down a bit, Tesla's market share, as you can see, has been increasing in the past couple of quarters. So, Piloli here again with the great list of the countries that have already reported their numbers. The total is 50.1 thousand versus 37.7 thousand last year and 58.9 thousand for October and November. But remember, the last year Tesla had a very strong March. So here are all the numbers. Then moving down under, Australia EV sales take off in February with record share of 9.6%. And what do you know? Tesla led the way in EV sales with its refreshed Model 3 becoming Australia's best-selling passenger car in the month. It took the crown with 3,593 sales, outpacing the Toyota RAV4, which was the only other passenger car in the top 5 vehicles sold in the country. Tesla's electric SUV, the Model Y, took the second spot on the EV charts with 2,072 sales in February, delivering a total of 5,665 sales for Tesla in the month and pushing its EV market share back over 50% and to 56%. Now, going into something more exciting, even more exciting, shall I say, was this announcement right here. Tesla's full self-driving beta set for European launch following regulatory changes. So on Wednesday, the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe adopted a new regulation to approve vehicles with driver control assistance systems, finally allowing advanced driving assistant technologies such as FSD beta on European roads. Now, of course, this is not an okay for full self-driving where you just sit in the back and you let the car do whatever. So this does not cover the full driving automation. It still requires the driver to remain engaged and responsible for the vehicles at all times, in line with capabilities of Tesla's FSD beta. So that's great to hear. Again, if they can open up FSD beta version 12, or maybe for Europe, they're still going to be on version 11, even though that seems a bit strange. Let's say they do open up. Suddenly, you open up a new type of revenue stream. Maybe as they open up, more people will buy the FSD package. Maybe they'll do a subscription-based for Europe. I don't know. I think they should be doing a subscription-based overall, right? Let new people, not everyone, right? They can check who's a good driver, who's a bad driver. Let's say that they choose the top 10. Top 10 Tesla drivers. Here, you now get access to version 12 on a monthly, on a yearly basis. Doesn't matter. That increases Tesla's margin, increases revenue. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Of course, when you do that, you have the risk of having more negative headlines with regards to FSD, maybe more crashes for some people that are trying to trick the system for a YouTube video, for a TikTok, you name it. That's always a risk. But I do think that we're getting very, very close to Tesla opening up FSD beta program to more and more people. I mean, even the people that are in the FSD beta program, they're still stuck with version 11. Not everybody has access to version 12. I think the moment they make that switch, the sentiment will already change with regards to Tesla stock a little bit. Because right now, sentiment with regards to Tesla stock, let's be honest, not great. Not great. Which, by the way, is always a good investing opportunity. Of course, it can go lower, as we will see in just a second. But touching back on the version 12 FSD here, James Dama made a post. I believe he went here with one of the guys from Rebellionaire. I forgot the name. And he says here, version 12 is going to be over 100 times reduction in interventions compared to version 11. This is not an incremental upgrade. It's a leap forward. He wrote a whole post. Elon Musk here says, thanks, that is an accurate assessment. Training compute is currently our limiting factor, but that issue is being resolved fast. And we know that with AI, with the amount of computing power that Tesla has installed, we know that things are moving at an extremely fast pace. Now, that's not me saying that FSD will be solved in the next 2 weeks. No, but I do see some major improvement. I've been watching way more FSD videos from various channels, various people on X. And to be honest, it is pretty amazing to watch. One extra thing, that's something I forgot with regards to the Europe segment, is that Tesla's German plant to restart next week. Of course, we know there was that fire there from a so-called activist terrorist group called, I believe, the Volcano Group. So the German police said they believed a letter from far-left organization called Volcano Group claiming responsibility for the fire was authentic. According to Michaela Schmitz, we will restart the factory next week. We won't be shut down, said a banner at the Gigafactory. I believe the opposite effect is taking place here. More people will probably side with Tesla because Tesla provides economic opportunities to a ton of people. Tesla provides the German economy a huge and immense economic opportunity here. So I do think that it is in the best interest of the German people, the German government, to side with Tesla and make sure that this doesn't happen anymore. Quick addition to the video here with regards to Rivian. We covered Rivian's event. If you missed that video, it's going to be in the top right corner. But Rivian's CEO said that they already have taken more than 68,000 R2 reservations in the last 24 hours. That number is definitely higher right now, which by the way is 68,000 times 45,000. You're getting close to $3 billion in potential future revenue. It's just a $100 deposit that is fully refundable. So remains to be seen what happens 2 years from now when people will be able to take delivery. And so lastly, the stock. As I said, stock-wise, right now it doesn't look great. We're at $175. Yes, we tried to stay above the 20-day moving average. Didn't work out. Now we're back at where we were a couple of weeks back. We also touched on that $175 mark. Currently, really, we are in no man's land, right? Because the 200-day moving average is still above $220, the 51 at $206, and the 21 at 197.14. RSI is getting pretty low, but nowhere near being oversold. If you're looking for, let's say, better entry, like I said in previous videos, $150 is when things get very, very interesting. And if it even drops below that, things get even more interesting. At the end of the month, we're obviously going to get, or a month from now, we're going to get the production and delivery numbers. We know that these numbers will be weaker than what the market is expecting. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Remains to be seen what happens. In my opinion, the future is still bright for Tesla. So many growth opportunities ahead. Some pain in the short term for long-term gains is the way I'm thinking about it. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.